Good morning, everyone. I decided I wanted to let you all know how I started the Baywatch Cake. So first I started with a sketch and then I turned it into a cardboard cutout, well, like a template. So with the template, I use it to trace out my cake and then I begin sculpting. And I can honestly say this is the hardest part about what I do, is attempting to turn a 1D image into either 2D or 3D. I'm not looking at a guide or any set of instructions on how to do this. And I'm not even saying that it doesn't exist. All I'm saying is that I am pulling all this out of my mind. Once I have everything sculpted, I macerate my cake with a little bit of simple syrup. And this is just adding moisture back into the cake that may have been baked out during the baking process. Personally, I don't care for a dry cake, and I don't care to give that to my clients either. So, unless your cake contains a high amount of fat, I highly recommend you macerate your cakes. Right now, I'm just smoothing out the buttercream icing that I applied with my piping bag and coupler. I just use one of my favorite tools, which is a mini offset angle spatula, to get it all smooth out. Right now, I'm using my fondant smoother to smooth out this nude, well, flush tone color fondant. And it just helps me, work out some of these seams. I use a combination of browns, reds, yellows, and oranges to achieve the color. Now, I definitely could have covered this entire thing in the flesh tone fondant, and then I could have went over it with the swimsuit. And actually, I may do that for the next cake. All right, so a fun fact is, whenever I make cakes for the very first time, I normally do it in a way that takes the longest, the most time-consuming way to get it done. Because, well, it's a learning process. I'm teaching myself. I am currently using a cinnamon petal dust to go through and give her a nice tan. So I'm using it for a little bit of the shading. And let me remind you all, I'm not looking at another cake, as my source of inspiration. This is all, again, coming out of my mind. In fact, if you Google Baywatch Cakes right now, well, maybe not right now because you're still watching this video, but when you get done, Google Baywatch Cake. You're not going to see anything else like this. Enough about me, let's get back to the cake. So you may need to rewind it, but in case you can't tell, there's definitely nipples on this cake. And I just took 2 pieces of fondant and rolled them up evenly and, set them in the proper position. And then I laid over this is a pink tone fondant that I'm going to later go back in with red food coloring. You will notice that she's a more realistic approach to a Baywatch girl. I did decide to make her some blonde strands of hair so she can appear to be looking over her right shoulder, and voila! Unfortunately, my mount kind of snapped and I wasn't able to record my airbrushing skills, which is actually one of my favorite parts of this cake because it pulls it all together. All the colors really work with each other. If you like to see more of the behind the scenes of my cakes, be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.